Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast, we talk about who is the best Robinhood, what is the best pen, and lastly, we come up with the Mount Rushmore of condiments. But first, we have two guests joining us this evening from College Sportscast, John Roberts and Brad Harvey. What are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking bottled water, so I'm the lame one.
You could be the designated driver. That's not lame.
Yeah, I'm the lame one. So if I was drinking, I like some bourbon on the rocks.
Man after my own heart.
Kentucky man right there.
I'm a Kentucky guy, true and true. So Elijah Craig, Kentucky bourbon is some good shit.
Amen. John, what are you drinking?
I've got Cahaba Pale Ale from the Cahaba Brewery here in Birmingham, Alabama. And it's pretty fantastic.
I love it. Tell us about your show. Who are you guys? Why are you guys here?
Oh, well, we are College Sportscast, 2/3 of the cast here. I guess, Brad, you started it, and I jumped in back in, September? And we've been kind of rolling along for a little bit. I just talk college sports, whether it's football, basketball, or baseball, and got a lot of big things happening. We actually had you on the show.
What?
What?
No.
And now we're hopping on yours. So,
Brad, anything to add to that?
Yeah, we got a lot of cool things going on. We've joined a sports podcast network group, the Fanboys, and we are starting to line up some really good guests, including tomorrow night. If anybody is on and wants to know, you can join us tomorrow night. Peter Burns, SEC Network host, is going to be on the show with us tomorrow night. And he hosts SEC Now and SEC This Morning on SEC Network. And he'll be on College Sportscast with John and I and Jason tomorrow night at 8 o'clock Central Time. And you can catch that on YouTube at College Sportscast.
And I'm so happy for you guys about that. However, this will not air until next Wednesday. So if you guys
then you will also have missed. You can go back and catch our other interview that will be in the future, but when you listen to this will be in the past, with Butch Thompson, the head baseball coach at Auburn. Will be Tuesday night. However, you won't catch this. So, yeah.
Yeah. So we're lining up a bunch of stuff. So, and some great guests. So we're kind of taking off a little bit, and we appreciate anybody that listens and turns us on. So.
Love to hear it. If you guys listen to this podcast and you like sports, please check out College Sportscast on YouTube. With that, let's jump back into it. Ben Trimmer, what are you drinking?
Yeah, hey, Brad, John, glad to have you on. Yeah, I went margarita tonight. Threw a little, true agave syrup in there. And I watched a movie with The Rock last night, so I went out and bought a bottle of Terramina Reposado. So,
Mullis. Don't know what that is, but I believe you.
The Rock's.
Terramina is The Rock's tequila brand.
Oh,
yeah, and John, Brad, if you guys don't know this, I've mentioned The Rock a lot on this podcast because he is my favorite actor.
Heard it a time or two.
Nice, I love it.
All right,
Drew, what are you drinking?
I was at the store today and I decided I want to get back to my roots, and I saw a type of White Claw that I had never had before. I don't know if it's new or if I just haven't bought White Claw in like 6 months.
I need that.
So they had like a 4-pack of different flavors that I picked up. So yeah, I'm going basic white girl.
Does that taste like surge?
So wait a second. Your roots are only like 2 years old?
Yep.
Surge.
Okay.
He actually needs to dye his roots. There it is. Yeah,
We said we would never talk about that, Travis.
that's fair. You're right.
That's why
You're
he
right.
wears a hat.
Yeah. And Travis, what are you drinking?
Ben, you stole my idea. I'm also drinking a margarita,
Yes.
but it's a Travis version of margarita. I'm using Boom Tequila. It's a tequila I won in a White Elephant gift like 2 months ago, and I have yet to crack it open. But I'm also incredibly exhausted. So it's actually a monster margarita because the monster I drink is citrus flavored. And I'm like, you know what? This probably tastes delicious together. And I was right. So I'm drinking tequila, triple sec, sour mix, and Monster Energy drink because why the hell not?
Is the monster in your margarita?
I mean, I have pretty much a pre-made margarita mix here with all of the other things. And then I do have a can of Monster. So I am pouring them together into one cup with some ice because I am
So
Nut
a
job.
Surge White Claw and Monster Margarita.
Yeah, we're classy here. Didn't Travis tell you?
We try to get creative in the weirdest way possible.
You know who else is classy? Ronberg. I mean, damn it. Robinhood. He's classy. Guys, I tried to do a little bit of research. There are over 20 different movies, probably some more TV shows, but at least 20 movies that depict a version of Robin Hood. And we need to select this committee, these people we've assembled here need to select one Robin Hood that rules them all. And I want to know who's that Robin Hood? Who's got thoughts?
I'll start out. All right, so I have a lot of thoughts. I think I've seen pretty much every adaptation of Robin Hood. I was trying to think through it today, and I was like you, Travis. I found a list, and I recognize a ton of them. And Russell Crowe, he did a good job. Taron Egerton, or however you say his name, he did a great job. But there's two Robin Hoods that really hit home with me, and one that takes the cake. So first one that really hit home with me was the one from the 70s, the animated version. And this is the Disney Robin Hood that we all grew up with, the doodle-ollie, doodle-ollie, doodle-ollie day.
Dude, the fox.
Dude,
Robin Hood, Little John running through the forest.
exactly.
Stone Cold Fox.
Yeah, dude, I'm mid-30s and I'll still watch that movie, and me and my wife will laugh at it. It's actually been my wife's ringtone for years. So that's my runner-up. But at the end of the day, I am a huge comedy fan, and I'm a huge Mel Brooks fan. How do you not go Robin Hood Men in Tights with Carrie Ellis? I love Carrie Ellis, dude. The guy has a direct line to my funny bone. Pretty much anything's in, even his serious roles. Like I look at him like he's hilarious. So for me, it's Robin Hood Men in Tights. Carrie Ellis takes the cake.
I'm gonna jump out there because I 100% agree. Robin Hood has to be adept at fighting hand-to-hand combat. He's got to be good, obviously, with archery and different types of bows. He's got to be good with a sword. He's got to rally the people and encourage them to fight against tyranny. He's got to eventually win the heart of the princess. And I think as a bonus, he should be able to sing. Duh. And I think Carrie does that in spades. And there's one thing that separates him from all the other Robin Hoods, and that is he can speak in an English accent.
Very true. Very true.
So I was doing a little research. Do you guys know that the very first motion picture that depicted Robin Hood was in 1922?
I believe it.
Literally 100 years ago.
101 years ago. 101 years ago now. So
That's not old.
the very first motion picture was in 1922. So I haven't heard anybody throw out Kevin Costner's Robin Hood. And I mean, he's a legendary actor, but I kind of agree with you guys. I like Carrie Ewell's version, Men in Tights.
I love Kevin Costner. That's not a bad pick. He's probably my third, dude. Kevin Costner's one of my all-time favorite actors.
Right. I mean, you can't, with Kevin Costner being in the list, he at least deserves a mention for sure.
Absolutely.
He just doesn't exude Robin Hood, though. I something about him, like a great actor, but I couldn't put him in my top five. Like he just doesn't scream Robin Hood to me.
He was a little whiny in the movie at times.
Yeah, fair enough. John, Drew, thoughts, opinions?
Well, like Ben, I liked the animated version, and thus I remember that song right there. And in fact, what do I have? Nope, I don't have it here. Generally, I will make fun of a lot of different things, and one of my favorite ones is to do the Prince John. Yeah. Or you have Ka, and I mean all the voice actors that were in that. You can hear them again when you watch like Jungle Book, or when you watch all the older Disney movies and stuff like that. You'll hear the same voice actors and whatnot. But that Robin Hood was one of the first VHSs that I think I had as a kid, and I'm in between y'all's age and Brad's age, so but yeah, I mean,
Thanks,
it was one
John.
of my. Hey, just want to point out that you're the old man on the ship here.
Brad, you were the one that brought up a 100-year-old movie. So
that's right. So
I got
you're that old. You're that old.
100.
I'm not 100, guys. I promise.
102. Sorry.
Okay, half of that.
I'm close.
Yeah,
I
there you
am
go.
close to that.
But anyway, that's my introduction, and will always have a spot in my heart. But I really like the Russell Crowe because I like the directors, the different things that he's done, and I think he's also the one that's done Kingdom of Heaven and some of the other picks that are like that, and so it gives more of a historical without being, I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be historically accurate, but it makes it feel like it's historically accurate doing it the way that they do it. There are several things that are more accurate than any of the other movies or any other depictions, like King Richard's death. That is accurate, the way that he dies in that movie. And anything, and then the fact that they actually, go with, he's not Robin of Locksley, he's Robin Longstride, who then assumes the identity of Robin Locksley and then goes in. And that's how who is already married to Maid Marian, so I do like that they kind of took a lot of the different things with the story and then tweaked it just a little bit. Or we don't really have an actual historical Robin Hood, that there's an actual figure of Robin Hood, but you have a time frame of when that figure could have been around. And this just makes it feel like it's more historically accurate, even though, again, there's a lot of details that are, director having a lot of leeway. So
I got to ask the question real quick. So the question really was, who's the best Robin Hood? Not necessarily which one is the best Robin Hood movie. Do you still think Russell Crowe makes the best Robin Hood, even though?
I do, because again,
okay.
You want somebody, you said it yourself, a guy that can sing. And I know that Russell Crowe he's in a band, and the guy that actually is there with him is a singer. They're the one that sings in that song or whatever, when they're out drinking or whatever. That guy actually is a singer, not an actor. He brought him in just for that part. But I do like
singing here.
Singing.
Frank Sinatra played
Singing.
Robin Hood in like the 60s.
What? Did he really? I don't remember that.
No way.
Yeah. Robin and the Seven Hoods is what it's called.
Oh, hey, in honor of that.
Hoods up.
Let's make like Marion.
Hoods up. Love it. Drew, we haven't heard from you yet.
The hood.
I feel like we've kind of nailed it with the top three, in my opinion. And I have a really hard time putting one out because each of them brings something different to the table. The Cary Elwes, love him from Princess Bride. He's always, like Ben said, just comedic genius. The animated one speaks to my childhood, and all of those, just like the anthropomorphic like version of it is very interesting, with like the fox being the thief and that kind of thing, and the king being a lion, that kind of stuff. I do really love the Russell Crowe version, mainly because of Ridley Scott, the director, who's directed some of my all-time favorite movies: Gladiator, Alien. Just one of personally the greatest directors of all time, producers, just his list of like credits. And I like it specifically because it's more of an origin story than just like the same bullet points that other movies hit with just the normal story of Robin Hood. So honestly, it's kind of a toss-up for me between them. I don't know if there's any one that I wouldn't watch again, like over and over again. I think probably the Cary Elwes Men in Tights, when if I had like gun to my head had to choose, wins for me, just because it brings a little bit of everything. And one of my favorite quotes that I use pretty much every day, and nobody responds to, is if we don't get no toes and we don't get no rolls. And nobody knows what I'm talking about, but it is one of the literally, like, I use it in everyday life all the time. So yeah, I think if I had to choose, that one wins out for me. But I think it's pretty equal overall.
The Dave Chappelle in that movie just like adds to the character. It's just
Bless you.
unbelievable.
A Jew? Yeah.
I'm on the east side. I'm on the west side.
So I think that kind of sums it up. I think we're gonna go Cary Elwes. I don't think anyone's gonna be mad about that. I don't even think our listeners are gonna be mad about it. I think that is. I'm a little shocked no one said Orlando Bloom as like even in their top 3. You know, when he like rode down the elephant and he was just like shooting people.
Yeah.
Stop.
As an elf.
Don't.
That was.
I refuse.
No. He was like
it's not even a segue. It's just
he was like pinpoint accurate.
So bad.
It's
like,
just a bad.
He's like pinpoint accurate with his shots. Pen
Yes, we're going pen drop.
And
Yeah.
Accurate. Guys, there is a viral tweet, a viral picture that was out maybe like 2 weeks ago. I don't remember how long it's been, but a gentleman put up a picture and he laid out 7 different types of pens and basically just said, if you had to use one of these pens for the rest of your life, which one would you choose? And it sparked a huge debate because a lot of people have very strong opinions on the types of pens that they use. I will, whenever this podcast comes out, retweet that same picture, or I'll add it to a tweet so everyone can hear it. But if you're listening right now, I went ahead and tried to find out what each pen actually was, so you can kind of get a visual representation in your head. The first one was a Uniball Vision Fine Tip. Then we had the Pilot Rolling Ball. We had the Sharpie S Gel. We had the Uniball Vision Elite. We had the Pilot G2. I believe number 6 was the Papermate Felt Tip. Couldn't confirm because there's like no writing on it whatsoever. And the last one was your standard kind of plastic Bic see-through pen that, you know, everyone has used at least 1,000,000 times in their life. So I want to know, what's the best pen? We can go the route of which one would you use for the rest of your life, but honestly, at the end of the day, it's what's the best pen. And I'd like to say real quick, of those 7 options, only 2 of them were clicky top pens, and the rest of them actually had a cap. And I'm just going to go ahead and say, if anyone chooses one with a cap, you're automatically wrong.
But also notice, Travis, there are no
Twisty bottoms.
Twisty bottoms.
There are no twisty bottoms, only clicky tops.
Because fuck that noise. Get out of here if you got twisty bottoms.
clicks and tops. That's all we play with.
Clicky tops always.
Who's got thoughts? Who's got thoughts?
The very first thought the first thing I thought of when I saw the picture, number 7, the little Bic pen at the end, those are trash.
Yeah.
Like doctor's office.
Those are trash. There's nobody in their right mind that would pick that pen to use for the rest of your life.
No. I'm not mad about using it because there's some on there I just wouldn't use. That one I would use in a pinch. I'm probably going to snap it in half at some point, or, you know, it's going to run out of ink halfway through using it. But, you know,
that's the pen you see at the bank where they have it like the top is like taped to a chain.
Yep.
Or taped to a
and
spork.
then attached to the countertop.
Yeah.
So that they can't,
what they
can't
did is
lose it.
they taped the most expensive part of it, the cap. You can take the pen. Take the pen. We don't care. The cap
We'll
stays
replace
with us.
We'll replace the pen. We've got 1 million pens.
We've got a bunch
And
of
only
them.
3 caps. Just 3 caps.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
no
Abe,
cap.
Abe, you should not do business with a bank that doesn't let you take the pen. If you're going in and you're walking in and they don't let you, if there's signs up that say please don't take that, just walk out. They're not good enough.
Because they have
you.
no money. They have
Yeah.
no money.
I'm more concerned about a bank that doesn't have like monogram pens. Like if they're using the cheap little Bic pens, I don't know if I want to be here.
No.
All right. Well, I've got Travis.
Ew.
Rick's joining.
Rick's joining. All right. Well, while Rick joins, I'm going to jump out there and talk about my pen views. I'll make this quick because I tend to be long-winded. The first one, the Uniball with the cap, would be my second choice, but it's not my first choice. I'm definitely a clickable guy. That Pilot, man, like the gel grip. I like it's the thicker one. And I mean, Sharpie for pens, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think too much ink. Sharpies are like markers to me. So the
We're
Pilot
talking
clicker.
The number 5, the
Number
number
5.
Number 5 Pilot G2.
Yep, Pilot G2. And I even like the color in the picture, the blue. I'll take blue over black every time. That's all I got.
I will jump out there next as well. So I've been in the restaurant industry for a really long time, and we are very particular about our pens. Like when I was serving and I had like an apron on, there was a pocket for pens I would give to guests, which are the shitty ass clicky tops, or, you know, the ones I got from the bank, all of those. And then there was a pocket for my G2s. It's the only pen I use. It's the only pen I have in my house. If I see one try and get to my house, I throw that shit out. I don't know what it is about this pen or how I got it, but it's like, it's industry standard across the board. People in restaurants use this pen religiously. And it's just something about the way it writes, the way it goes to your fingers when you've got it. And the audience can't see it, but I've got one in my hands right now because it's all I write with. And there's even, for me, something kind of like an auditory stimulus for me, kind of like a Zippo lighter, you know, that sound, like everyone can recognize the Zippo lighter sound. For me, like that clicking of a G2 is very specific to the G2. So it's got a place of nostalgia for me. And like the blue's fine, but you know, black's where it's at. And I will say I agree with Ben that number 1, that Uniball in a pinch, a great pen. It writes really well, and it doesn't like tear the page or anything like that. Just a very good one for a capped pen. And everything else on this picture can go die.
Strong words. Rick, what are you drinking?
Well, I'm eating Taco Bell. Don't
Hell
let
yeah.
that throw you off. But
Not the best burrito chain.
I'm going local tonight. I have a Kirkwood cream ale, just, you know, as my palate cleanser.
Nice.
There you go.
Brad or John, thoughts on pens?
I too, G2. And yes, as a former member of the restaurant industry, I had a pocket with my G2. And then I had the pocket with the pen that the restaurant gave me. And that's the one that I gave to the customers in hopes that it came back to me so that I could give it to somebody else, you know. But yes, I used the G2. I like the G2. The Uniball one, I actually don't like it because it bleeds too much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like
true.
that. And so I would go with the clicky top ones first before I went with any other one that's capped. And then, of course, was it number 7? You know, screw that one.
Yep.
Not really sure what I'd do with that. But yeah, G2.
Brad.
So that's 5, right, in the pick?
Yes.
G2 is, yes, number 5.
Yeah, number 5.
Right off the bat, I mean, just as soon as I seen the picture, there was 2 of them that I was like, okay, it has to be one of those 2, and that's 3 and 5. I'm a clicky type pen person anyway, so I got to have that click. I'm always messing with that click all the time. So, you know, the rest of them, I mean, like I said, number 7, get rid of it. Number 6, actually, that pen, I mean, that was around in the early 80s. Y'all probably don't even know that.
Yeah, that's that felt tip one.
I remember
awful.
that pen.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
terrible.
I hate that one.
I don't even know the name of that pen, but I remember that pen a long time ago. You know, I agree number one I could deal with, and that pen, at least I would have the cap to kind of play with, go on and off as I'm holding the pen, because I take it and kind of mess with that cap. I mean, hell, I'm going to have to agree with y'all. It's got to be number 5. And I'm going black ink, not blue. I'm going black. It has to be black ink.
Oh, boo.
Ben is definitely the blue sheep here and likes blue ink.
The pen is blue.
It's
No, it's black. It's got to be black ink.
It's liar. I got it. I got you. I'll rock the boat a little bit. Again, I think we're down to 3 and 5. No questions there. I was a big fan of the 5, the G2, for a really, really, really long time until I discovered the Sharpie S gels. This is now 100% my favorite pen.
Oh.
They are really good pens.
It's so smooth to write with. The container is smooth. The actual grip feels good in the hand, and it doesn't move. I have got some severe ADD. The S2, that grip, I will just pull it on and off. I can't do that with this one, and that's good because I want my grip to stay there. And lastly, and I don't know if it's just maybe the G2s I got in bulk at Costco, or they're making less quality G2s, but I will click the crap out of pens, and the G2s are now breaking on me. The little thing that keeps the clicky part attached to the clear tube is just springing off and ungluing or something. I don't know. Again, it could be just the bulk Costco stuff, but I've broken so many G2s in the last year. I bought like a pack of 25, 30 of them, and most of them are broken in the trash because I can't use them anymore. Whereas these Sharpies, which, Ben, they're not like thick Sharpie-like markers. They're actual pens made by Sharpie. So if you haven't used it, just so you know.
I have. It's a mental thing for me. Like,
that's fair.
I automatically think Sharpie is going to be too much ink for a pen.
I thought so too until I bought them, and I'm like, this is my new favorite pen. I will never ever let anyone borrow these pens because they feel important, they feel good, they feel expensive, but they're not. And I'm happy for G2 to win. That's fine if it's 4-1. That's a great one, but I would go Sharpie. Rick, thoughts on pens?
So have we all seen the picture that's giving
Yes.
us our number set here?
Yes.
So
If you say anything that doesn't have a clicky top, I'm muting you.
He's
So-
about to say something.
the picture is already laid out in the correct order of which
You're
is best.
Oh,
So
horrible person.
if you look at the picture and the number,
And now he's gone.
All right. So before Rick comes back, the first one was my favorite non-clicky pen. So we're gonna be close on that. So when Rick gets back from
Jail.
wherever he is, jail, we'll go.
Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I remember when this podcast was open to conflicting opinions, but I guess that's changed.
But not horseshit ones.
I thought this was, we were open discussion, but
Open forum.
I'll sit
for
here
it.
and,
Go for it.
Apparently it's been decided. So we'll move on to the next topic.
Rick, I want your opinion because I like number 1, and I think that's where you were headed.
No, yeah. I mean, just the picture's already laid out in the correct order. So if you can make the number 1 and 2 pins a cookie top, then there would be no more pin manufacturing the rest of life because we would have made the perfect pin. But
So
it's,
Rick,
it's the same thing as I don't put a napkin on my shirt. I have faith in myself, so I don't have to worry about it bleeding. I'm an adult. I know how to write, and I don't have to worry about food dripping on my shirt at dinner. So give me number 1, give me number 2 for life. The rest of the pins are Bush League and learn how to write as an adult.
So you don't never make a mess when you're eating?
That's not what I said. I said I had faith in myself.
Just because he has
You
faith
won't-
in
you won't
himself
jump.
does not mean
That's not what I said.
that he is 100% accurate all the time.
Right. I mean, yeah, we'll make a mess daily, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna doubt myself and take a less significant pin. And if we're going with the industry answer, like the pen that I use every day is not even listed, which is fine, nor should it, because it's a cheap pen. But the Bic pens, which is like, I don't know, it'd be like
number 7.
number 7. Yeah, but like not that one. It's like it's the less fancy version of 7.
Did you just
There's a less fancy version of 7?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's essentially 7, but it's not a hard plastic. It's a soft. I don't even know how to describe it. Like if you saw it, no.
Looks
if
like a
you
cigarette.
saw it, you would know what I was talking about.
Yeah, I gotta find it. I gotta find it now.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, but less than. but less than that.
That's gonna be. This is gonna be
Like
that.
Yes, that one. That one, Ben. Yes.
This is
But
gonna
it's
be
also-
so
That's a half step
yeah,
up.
yeah, I get it.
I don't even
riveting
think that's
to
the right
our
one either.
listeners
So
when they're
good
just
for
like
radio.
Yeah.
this.
Podcast is a visual medium.
That's right.
Can you?
We're gonna have like
describe-
10 screenshots on Instagram.
Like, don't get me wrong. I agree.
It's like
Pinky top
that smoky
is great,
gray
but-
pen with the gold top or gold tip to it.
Hey, Drew. Real
Yes.
quick, I want to defend the bleeding / smearing a little bit, because I do think there is a plight of the lefties,
Sure.
and you cannot, as a lefty, have anything that is going to bleed or smear. And I think 1 and 2 would do that. And if you are not careful, you will smear all of that ink all over your page.
Okay, here's my final thoughts, and this will cover some of your concerns, Travis. Yes, as a lefty, there is a plight of smearing as you write because you're going over the ink that you just put on paper. There's no pen that doesn't do that. You just got to be careful. I will say, for me, the G2 dries faster than other pens that I've used, and my handwriting is terrible, so that's not even a question of like it doesn't matter what pen I'm using. So as long as I can read it and I can write fast, that's why I like this pen. The last one for me is, Travis, the only reason I don't like 3, and I actually do think it's a good pen, is I'm the same. Like I like clicking and I like snapping.
Oh yeah, mine's snapped off.
The pocket thing. The G2 for me almost never snaps off because I'm playing with it. I've had a couple of the number 3, the Sharpie pens, and those pocket holder or protector, whatever you want to call it,
just snap off
the thing.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I thought I saw something fly.
Tends to snap off faster and more often
Yes,
than it does.
I
the
will.
G2.
I'll agree with that, but I don't know if you heard what I was saying earlier. For whatever reason, the back of the G2s, where the black part of it meets the clear part, I don't know if that's glue or whatever is supposed to kind of keep that together. I'll click it so much that it'll just boing, and the whole black part will spring out, and like there's a crack in it, and I can't put it back together.
I have never.
It's probably it's probably because it's a Costco batch, and they're like
in
cheaper.
my memory, I've never had that happen to me. I will say G2s, because I keep a pen in my pocket all the time, like on my left side. I will say the G2 can sometimes come apart in your pocket.
Yeah.
So like it'll unravel, and you'll just be left with like, why is there just the top part when I go to write something? It's maybe the one downfall I can think of with the G2.
That never happens with my Sharpies. So anyway, yeah, I think G2 is going to win that one. I think that's pretty straightforward. You could probably use that to carve it in stone. No. Okay.
It's pinpoint accurate.
It's
but
better than
that's
the last
better.
one.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. Don't give him, don't give him that.
It wasn't.
Pinpoint accurate.
Pinpoint accurate. Guys, we have a 7th person
Oh shit!
on the podcast tonight, and it's not Justin. Danny, what's up, buddy?
How's everyone doing tonight?
Danny, meet John and Brad. They're from another show, and I did a spot on their show, so they're doing a spot on our show.
Great to meet you both.
Hey, man.
Danny was a part of
This is
the
Danny's first appearance since the first one.
Yeah.
Today's episode is brought to you by Rocket Guitar Repair. Is your guitar beat up, dented, or is there dirt from the 70s still under the controls? Well, you're in luck. At Rocket Guitar Repair, Ray works on everything From acoustic and electric guitars to bass guitars, banjos, mandolins, if it has strings, Ray can fix it. With over 50 years playing, repairing, and building guitars, Rocket Guitar Repair can get your guitar repaired rocket quick. Call Rocket Guitar Repair at 678-400-3062 or visit rocketguitarrepair.com.
Guys, there are several, nay dozens of condiments out there. And we need to come up with the Mount Rushmore, the top 4 condiments. I like how Danny just left. By the way, if you're listening to this, Danny has joined the podcast for the first time in like a year, and then he decided to leave like as we started the segment. So welcome back. Anyway, condiments, top 4. I will say I want to kind of jump out there first a little bit. A condiment to me is
Do we have to define this?
I'm going to define it how I want to define it. If you guys hate my definition, that's up for debate. I'm going to give you my definition and then my condiments. And if you guys are like, Travis, you're an idiot, then that's fine. So you guys might agree on a different definition. My definition is anything that is added to food after it's already been prepared. That makes it a little bit more broad. So it's
very broad.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that could be salt and pepper.
Lettuce.
Can we add it as a liquid or semi-liquid?
No.
So like if I throw a pickle on top of a sandwich after it's done?
If you want to add, relish is a condiment.
I'm so confused.
Terrible condiment.
Yeah.
I don't love this definition.
I don't know.
That's fine. That's why I'm gonna go first. You guys can put me down to hell. So let me give you my top 4 condiments with the broad definition of anything that you've added to food after it's been prepared. That's my definition. That may have been the one that I researched, and that's the one that I found as a kind of common theme. Additionally, I did look up a little bit of the history of Mount Rushmore, and for our listeners who are not from America, that's George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Teddy Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. And the artist behind Mount Rushmore, his name is Gutzon Borglum. I think is how you pronounce it. I don't know.
No, that's not how you pronounce it.
Bordlum. There's a G and an R in there. So
yes, it's also a different language.
That's fine. It's not
from a different country.
Not from the US. That guy, he chose those 4 presidents to represent 4 different things: the birth of America, the growth of America, the development of America, and the preservation of America. And so with those 4 things in mind, I came up with my top 4 condiments that were added to food after they've been prepared. The first one, the birth. We talked about this on the sauce episode, or the best dipping sauce. The one sauce or the one condiment that is a part of pretty much all condiments is mayonnaise. It's the birth of condiments. That's my first one. The growth, and for a very literal reason in terms of things that are growing, I went Parmesan cheese. You know, you ask to add Parmesan cheese to your pasta after it's been served. You just have the guy with the little wheel just go into town on.
That sounds so oddly specific. Like a specific place does that.
There's lots of places that do that.
It's not as much of a
Italian.
place as it is like the diet. Exactly, Ben. Like the diet.
Yeah, yeah.
Showing Travis is showing his hand on what he eats on a daily basis.
I don't eat a lot of that. The next one was the development, and the thing that I feel like develops the most flavor out of your and any food you eat really is going to be hot sauce. That's the thing that's just like really kind of bringing things forward. And the last one, preservation, again, super hyper literal. The thing that they used to preserve food before refrigerators was salt. And that is like the end all be all condiment. If, again, going by my definition, salt is something that people add to food.
I'm gonna veto your salt, because people also use
that's fine
salt while cooking.
Would you like me to say table salt?
Okay, I'm all right with that.
Okay, I'll go table
Okay
salt.
with that.
So my Mount Rushmore of condiments are mayo, Parmesan cheese, hot sauce, and salt. Really, really, really out there, but that's how I took it, and that's what I'm going with.
3 out of 4 are white. What do you got against any of that?
Yeah, that happens to be true. I have no defense against that, except I did put hot sauce on there.
That's why I said 3 out of 4.
Well, right, but hot sauce was like a cultural thing as well.
All right, I'll
Rick.
I'll go next. I'll go next on this while Travis has set the standard
Real low.
So I guess I'll admit first that I thought this was the Mount Rushmore of comedians. But now that I reread the text messages, yes, I do see that it says condiments.
I want your first.
What was that?
I want your
What was that
comedians.
list?
I want your first take. Let's do this.
So I'm okay with your overall definition. I think it stands to have a broad take. So I am gonna go, if we're talking in the grand spectrum of all foods,
Mitch Hedberg.
he was on my list. So number one, give me ranch should be included on our Mount Rushmore of condiments.
So mayo, got it.
Yeah. So I guess I took, and if you want to boil it down, like Travis's, if we're going pureness, like Travis's are probably mine as well. But I guess I took mine to like the next level. So
That's
ranch
fine
would be-
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So ranch would be one for me. Another one for me, give me soy sauce. I think soy sauce is a pretty universal. And again, if you just want to say that's basically salt, I'm okay with it once we get down.
Say you're just substituting salt right there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And I'm
There you
okay
go.
with that. It just depends on what everyone else says. Again, I think soy sauce is a little different, but it depends on what everyone else throws out there. So ranch, soy sauce. Number 3, I'm going to struggle with how to describe this one. So if y'all want to pick it apart later, that's fine. So everyone kind of has like their famous sauce, but it's all essentially the same sauce. So think like Freddy sauce, think Zach sauce, think Chick-fil-A sauce.
Fancy sauce. That's
Yeah,
it.
Thousand Island.
Fancy sauce.
It's Thousand Island.
Yeah,
No
essentially,
difference.
yes. It's essentially a Thousand Island. So if we want to boil it down and say it's Thousand Island, okay. But that's kind of, I think that is my fourth one. So whoever's, Freddy's fry sauce, whatever you want to call it, I think that should be included. So that was 3. What was my fourth one? I'm going to call it honey mustard just so someone else can go, but I don't think that was it. But I'm going to throw that one in there just to round myself out. So give me ranch, honey mustard, Thousand Island, and then soy sauce, or whichever one I didn't say.
And that's it. I'm going to go here because I'm going to be very,
Get in
very
there.
simple. I know you guys are overthinking this, and I'm just going to do barbecue sauce, barbecue sauce, barbecue sauce, and barbecue sauce. And there are 4 different types of barbecue sauce. So that's
Simple
that's
indeed.
There's
Slop,
more than
slop
4.
sauce, which is very much
More
of
than
a-
4, my friends.
Hey.
Hey,
So you got the white barbecue sauce that is mainly here in the South and especially in Alabama. You have a slop sauce, which it's more chunky with the ingredients that there are, instead of kind of getting it all blended down to where it's just a straight liquid sauce. And then you can have some that have heat versus ones without heat that are sweet. So you can do almost anything with it, and you can add it to anything. I like doing the pork tacos with barbecue sauce. Why not, right?
sounds
Just
good.
Anything that you add, either ketchup, or you do a hot sauce, or if you add salsa or anything like that to any sort
Sauce
of,
is good.
but I can do it with barbecue sauce and it tastes just as good. Just got to find the right ones. That's all.
Who else has thoughts?
I'll go. I actually love the barbecue sauce take. That's great. Pork tacos and barbecue sauce sounds awesome. All right. So my first one, and I put this on literally everything, it's a hot sauce. And that's my beautiful, lovely woman, Mrs. Cholula. She goes on, it doesn't matter what it could be Italian. Like I had pasta tonight and I threw it in there. I had pizza last night. I threw it on there. Doesn't matter. Second is going to be a ranch, but I'm going to go a little more specific, jalapeno ranch. Because if I had both, I would always pick the jalapeno first. I love things spicy. I know Drew and I agree. The hotter, the better. Third, I am going to go with the sauce that I have never had and I have been chastised for on this podcast. I'm going to go with Yum Yum because everybody tells me how good it is, and I'm still waiting for the day to try it. So I'm going to put it on my list.
I'm with you there. I've never had it either.
I want to see it on that Mount Rushmore. You know, I've never met you, Yum Yum. I've never met you, Teddy Roosevelt, but I see you there. And then fourth, I'm going to go Worcestershire because
nice.
It blends so well with so many different meats, but I mean beef. I mean, it goes great with it. Adds so much flavor. So those are my four.
I prefer the pronunciation of Worcestershire.
Worcestershire. Nice, John.
I'm kind of close on some of those. I guess I'll go next. So I was thinking more of a sauce with this kind of stuff and not the dry stuff like salt, but you have to go with mayonnaise. I mean, some kind of mayonnaise has to be on Mount Rushmore, if you ask me. I'm with Roberts on this. There absolutely has to be some barbecue sauce on there. I mean, you cannot not have barbecue sauce on the Mount Rushmore for condiments. That would be a travesty.
Whoa.
A Travis.
whoa.
Yes. That's
Travis.
Yes, you did it. It's Travis J, but you're close.
Have you guys been planning that all week?
And then that would be two. There has to be a hot sauce. I mean, for me, the original hot sauce, Tabasco, you can't hardly beat Tabasco sauce. And then close to the Worcestershire sauce, Lee and Perring's steak sauce is awesome. And
Nice.
you can cook with it. You can put it on, you add it to any kind of beef. And I'm going to go with those four.
Solid list. Again, we had him join late and like a year late. Danny, what are your top four? But before that, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking what's called a paper plane. It's a new drink that I've discovered recently. It is whiskey based, but it's some amazing lemon flavors. I would defer to, I'm looking at Drew. You probably know what those ingredients are above me, but it's an amazing drink. And so,
Did you just buy
paper
it
plane.
in a can?
No, like the bartender actually made it here. It was amazing.
Oh, you're at a hotel and they made it for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't cans. And
So
things.
you actually have to go to the bar if you need a refill.
I actually have to go to a bar if I want to.
Same. Totally same. Go ahead.
Totally
What top four condiments?
Top four. My top four. I don't know if this actually lives within the hot sauce category, but chili oil. So like chili flake chili oil. There's something, or there's a brand called Boom Sauce that I found, and it's literally just like chili flakes. Base is sunflower oil, and my God, put that on.
Wait, what was the name of that again?
It's called Boom Sauce. Boon, not Boone, not Boom, but Boon.
I'm drinking Boom
sauce.
Tequila. BOOM.
Yeah,
So
Boon sauce, and it's oh my God, it's literally just like it's chunky, like there's chunky texture to it with all the chili flakes, and yeah, just put it on. Like my favorite thing, like my favorite heat style is Szechuan, which is like what is kind of based after soup, but like a chicken Szechuan, or put that on cucumber, marinate it overnight. Glorious, one of my favorite ones. And then number two, Dijon mustard. Just grew up on that, putting Dijon on chicken, putting Dijon on like literally anything. Dijon mustard is one of those. Close second, Coleman's mustard, amazing.
You did get married in Dijon mustard. I mean, Dijon, France.
I did. It's true. And so I have to kind of just like pay homage. But it's just one of my favorite Dijons. We go to Costco and buy that by like the pint. It is fantastic. And we eat a shit ton of it in our house. Then I would say wasabi. Wasabi is one of those like horseradishy kind of heats that like, obviously I love my sushi. And if I can do wasabi on anything, I'm for it.
And your last name is Wasabi. So That makes sense.
In another version, yes. And then number 3 or number 4
Four.
is
That's
100%.
Very
Sounds
good,
like-
Travis.
Wait, hold on,
Counting,
hold on, hold
counting
on.
is hard.
Wait, before we go on to your number 4, that sounds like a Nickelodeon cartoon. Danny Wasabi.
Yeah.
What that means. Yeah. I could be the main character. And then like number 4 is mayonnaise, 100%. French fry and mayo. Like,
Oh, gross.
send me away. And then if you
Please
add
do with the rest of your
chili
takes.
oil to the French fry with the mayo, like I'm just done. I'm just done. Those are my 4.
What are your thoughts on the Frosty as being a condiment? You're dipping French
I
fries
dipping
into
fries
something.
I
It's
think-
a vessel. It's not a condiment.
No. Hold on.
That is a
Ba-
condiment by the definition.
I think
And
that
I'm here
broke
for
'em.
it.
if you
Obesity of Danny's.
purchase the Frosty with the intent of using it as a condiment, 100% a
Yes.
condiment. If you're
Yeah,
just using
absolutely.
it as ice cream and you're just using a spoon, not a condiment.
No,
So
but if it's there to
not
dip
in
the
that-
French fries, yes.
condiment. Yep.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
I'll give you that. That will go as the honorable mention
There
for
we go.
sure. That will be number 5. That'll the one in our hearts. Drew or Rick? Or no, I'm sorry, Rick already went. Drew, are you the last one?
Yeah, I think. I think so.
There's so many people.
So I went a little bit of a different direction on this too. So I likened the Mount Rushmore to one of my favorite books, Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, which is a book that's all about balancing food. So for me, a condiment is about bringing something to a prepared food item that is not already there. So the definitions of my sauces are a little bit more vague, but I have specific ones for each. I think for me, the salt is going to be like that soy sauce type base. Anything that's got that really like just, like puckers up, you kind of salivate and you like add it to it, even just like regular salt. But I think I would put soy sauce in that number 1 because you can add it to almost anything just for a little kick and a little bit more flavor than just adding salt to something. For fat, I'm going mayo because how many mayo-based sauces are there? Everything from ranch to Thousand Island, all of those different ones. And this is kind of, for me, more of a Venn diagram. Like I think a lot of these overlap a little bit. And then you've got your acid ones, which are your hot sauces, and to a lesser extent, but more like your barbecue sauces. A lot of barbecue sauces are vinegar based or have like a lot of that like kind of citrus component with the chilies and everything in there. And then your heat. I kind of agree with you, Danny, on this one for mustard. It's one of my favorite, like in that wasabi category that like gets in your nostrils and like makes your everything just kind of react in a different way. So again, it's kind of a spectrum, I think, for me a little bit more. But yeah, those would be my picks. I think it's more about adding flavor and balancing flavors with those kind of like sauces and condiments.
I love it. So, a couple things. I tried to write everyone's stuff down as much as I could. Thankfully, and Ben, I know I'm a little shocked you didn't put this, but no one actually said ketchup, and I thank everyone for that. So that's just that's just tomato and sugar. Like it's
Ketchup's what you use when you don't have anything better.
right.
See, I
need to interject.
I honestly agree with that.
If
Ketchup beats everything that Daniel said. So
if you
not true.
like except for mayonnaise,
You saw that coming,
His-
Danny.
his sunflower.
He said
bang bang
or-
sauce.
or
It's a bang
whatever
bang
it's
sauce.
named.
Have you
He
ever had
said
bang bang
chili
sauce?
oil.
Yeah,
And
it's
you
Soil. I
Thank
have
you,
that in my
John.
fridge right now.
bang
That's-
bang sauce.
I mean, pour it. I don't care if it's in your fridge. That doesn't make it better.
just means that you got something that's bad.
Yeah. And like if we're talking about things that shouldn't have been mentioned, someone mentioned steak sauce. Like, you shouldn't.
Like HP?
No, steak sauce is not allowed ever.
You're not preparing the steak correctly.
Exactly.
Jesus, Jesus.
Get him. Attack him, Brad. Attack him.
Get him, Brad.
Specifically,
You've never had Lee and Pairings. Lee
it
and
was
Pairings
Lee and
is
Barron's.
freaking awesome.
It really is.
What I boiled the list down to, and again, I kind of simplified everyone's: soy sauce, mayonnaise, hot sauce, and mustard. Those are broad categories for a lot of different answers. I kind of lumped all of the ranches together with mayo because that's essentially just a tangy mayo. There's lots of
barbecue sauce got 4 out of 4 for John, so I don't
That's
know.
right.
Like,
And you can have a mustard-based barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Well, and I
St.
feel
Louis.
like, that's why I said like the Venn diagram thing. I think a lot of these sauces can go into multiple
right.
categories. Whereas like some barbecue sauces are more hot,
Barbecue's way
like a
better
hot
than
sauce.
mustard.
Barbecue sauce is just an enhanced.
The
it's just an
Carolina
enhanced
Gold
ketchup
sauce,
and an enhanced mustard
amazing.
and an enhanced ranch when you have the white barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
So if we're all good, I think those 4 kind of make up the Mount Rushmore of condiments. I think without those 4, the condiment world is severely lacking. We're just left with ketchup, and that's not a world I want to live in. All right, well, we did it. We made it to the end. It's no, it's not closing time. It's last call time. It's time for last call.
Tonight, we are going back to 3 facts about a celebrity, athlete, singer, actor, whatever you want to call it. So here are the rules. First fact, it's going to be a little difficult. If you guess it right, you get 3 points. Second fact, a little bit easier. You guess it right, you get 2 points. Third fact, very easy. You guess it right, you get 1 point. So you're trying to guess the actor, actress, singer, whoever it is. You only get 1 guess. That is it. And as I'm looking at the screen, I guess raise your hand, because if y'all shout at me, I will not hear you.
Do it. Yeah, I guess so.
All right, first one. This singer's first name is Robin
Hood,
but they do not go by it. All right, fact number 2. This singer played Marion in the movie, or in Bates Motel. All right, number 3. This singer released SOS as their first #1 single. The song SOS. Wow.
The song's playing in my head.
No.
Okay, I'm going to give you a 4th clue. This singer co-wrote Umbrella with Jay-Z. Drew.
Rihanna.
All right, Drew, you get a half a point for that one.
Yes. 0.5. I was just singing SOS in my
I was too, and I was like, and as soon as you said Jay-Z, I was like, wait. Oh, damn.
All right, number 2. This athlete is a Buddhist.
I think I know this one.
Second fact. This athlete's first name is Eldrick, but he does not go by it. Number 3.
Oh, wait, Brad.
Oh, Brad.
Tiger Woods.
You got it, Brad.
Damn.
I would
Nice.
say
Nice.
Tiger Woods. Yeah.
2 points for
Very
Brad.
nice. Yeah. Third fact was going to be this was the #1 golfer in the world and made it there in less than a year as a professional.
His name is Eldrick.
Yes, Eldrick Tiger Woods Jr.
Eldrick
His dad's name is Eldrick,
Yep.
I think.
All right, number 3. This actor or actress began modeling at the age of 16 for brands like Coca-Cola and Calvin Klein. Number 2. This actor or actress played the voice of Fiona in Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
Travis,
Cameron Diaz.
you got it.
I'll take 2.
Nice.
I'm so bad at this.
Utah. Give me 2.
All right, and I'm actually going to throw the third fact out there because it's interesting. First major acting role was The Mask. Found that interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This actor was offered the Iron Man role first and declined before Robert Downey Jr. John?
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Nice, John.
Damn.
All right, next one. This actor is an expert poker player and has won money in multiple major World Series of Poker tournaments. Danny?
Tobey Maguire.
Nice, Danny. Very nice.
Wow.
Who was it?
Who was that?
Tobey Maguire.
Nice.
Tobey Maguire. Okay.
All right, number 6. This singer real name is Peter Gene Hernandez. They do not go by it. Number 2. This singer is the only artist ever, other than Adele, to have a number 1 feature with piano and vocals only. Number 3. This singer performed songs Billionaire and Just the Way You Are.
That was Drew.
That was Drew.
Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
You got it.
Just the way you are.
At the 2014 Super Bowl. All right. Number 7. This actor or actress is British, but was actually born in Paris, France.
I was really hoping you would just stop with this British.
If you don't,
You should have.
if you recall, last time we did this, all I said was this actor's Canadian, and Travis guessed Ryan Reynolds, and it was right, so.
I do.
That's true. That's true.
Oh my
Anybody have a
God.
guess?
I was about to say Michael Caine, but no.
All right, so this actor actress is British, but actually born in Paris, France.
I feel like I know
All right.
this one, but I'm gonna wait for the second one.
All right, this number 2. This actor or actress played Isla in the 2014 movie Noah.
Oh, do it, Rick.
It hurts.
Do it, Rick.
It hurts. It hurts.
Go to the next one.
3,
Go to the
2,
next
1. Number 3. This actress played Belle in the live-action Beauty
I
and
knew
the
it.
Beast that was
God
Drew.
damn it.
Emma Watson.
Emma.
I
Watson.
knew it at the first
Love of
one.
my life.
God damn it. I knew it.
I was really close on the first one.
I was I for some reason knew that fact about her, but I was like, I'm not sure. And then you threw out the Isla one. I was like, I have no fucking clue who that is. So
Don't test me on Disney stuff.
All right, number 8. This celebrity, because they're famous for more than one thing. This celebrity's first name is Carlos. They do not go by it.
not Mencia. Got it.
All right, this celebrity founded the World Combat League in 2005. Third, this celebrity had a cameo in the movie Dodgeball as a judge. Travis.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck
damn it.
Norris.
His name is
Should be
Carlos.
ashamed.
His name is Carlos.
Doesn't go by it.
I like the trend.
You
I like
can't
the
make fun
trend.
of
On
prepared today.
doesn't go by this.
Right?
They all have stage names.
All right, number 9. This actor or actress was arrested at age 20 for trying to bring 10 pounds of marijuana on a plane.
God.
All right, number 2. Now, keep in mind, you only get one guess. This actor or actress is a Ghostbuster. Ah, okay. Number 3.
I'll go. I'm gonna get it wrong.
Rick.
It's give me Bill Murray.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, it was Bill Murray.
All right, so number 3 was this actor has been bitten twice by a groundhog on movie set. So.
Oh, it's fun because
Nice.
Groundhog Day is coming up.
Yup.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. It actually popped up as a thing, and so I went with it. Point recap: we got Travis with 3, Brad with 2, John with 3, Drew with 2.5, Rick with 2, and Danny with 3. Holy crap!
6.5. Big fan.
Wow.
All right,
Last one's worth
Last-
double. No, okay, fine.
actually, that's a really good idea. So 6, 4, or 2 for the questions. Okay. Last one. This actor or actress first name is Christopher. They do not go by it.
Boom.
Rick.
Ludicrous.
Nope.
Dang it.
Good guess though.
Full attempt.
It's Chris Bridges, in case anybody's wondering.
All right. Probably somebody will get this. Number 2. This actor or actress co-starred with Kevin Costner in the 2006 film The Guardian.
Oh. Nice.
Is that a hand, John? No, it's not.
Yep, you're on it, John. You're on it.
Come on, John.
Oh,
It's the guy from that 70s show, Ashton Kutcher.
There it is.
God damn it.
All right, John, you got it.
Well done.
Nice.
Like I saw his face and I was like, oh God, now the name's going away.
All right, John, you got it, man. Winner.
Well done. We are running out of time, but really fast. John or Brad, do you guys want to plug your show one more time for our listeners?
All right. So we are from a show called College Sportscast. We cover all different kinds of college sports, from football to basketball to baseball. We have a bunch of cool guests on, and we cover hot topics, games, analysis. We do game day pick'ems, you name it, we do it. If you're a college sports fan, check us out, YouTube, College Sportscast, and you can also find us on like Apple, Spotify, and that kind of stuff as well, audio.
Love to hear it. Guys, thank you for joining College Sportscast. Thank you for joining. Danny, thank you for joining. Love to have you all here. For our listeners, don't already follow us on Twitter. Follow us there. We've got a YouTube that I need to update. We've got an Instagram that I need to update. And just remember that this is, even though we got guests on, this is our podcast. This is our podcast, and you guys are just along for the ride.